Hi, everyone. My name is Michelle Glover, and I will be your child's homeroom teacher starting on October 19th. Many of you, your child is just returning to my class, and then we are also welcoming a couple of new students. So I'm going to go through this PowerPoint that some of you have already seen, but I want to make sure that everyone is aware of classroom routines and expectations and supplies that are needed, and hopefully answer any questions that you might currently have. Again, my name is Michelle Glover, and I teach English, reading, and social studies. This is my 15th year as a teacher, and I have taught grades 3rd through 8th, and I'm certified to teach all subjects as well as English as a second language and gifted and talented. I have two sons. Cash is a freshman in high school, and Colt is in 6th grade. Here is our schedule. So for those that are returning, really nothing has changed. The biggest thing to know about what we do throughout the day is your child will stay in their homeroom class. So if your child is in my homeroom, I'm in room 716. They will stay in room 716 the majority of the day. The only time that they will not be in my room is when we go to recess, if it's their PE day, and if it's our turn to eat in the cafeteria. Other than that, the specials teachers will come to my room to have specials with them. They will eat lunch in my room if it's not our turn in the cafeteria. So everyone has an assigned desk in my room that no other student uses, and they're able to keep all of their things inside their desk and have their own personal space. So overall, the kids have done really well so far with this. They've done a really good job of keeping their area clean and organized, and staying as socially distanced as they can. So I've been very pleasantly surprised with how well this has gone. Um, so with that being said, since the kids don't switch classes, Miss Edwards and Miss Geyser and myself, we are the ones who rotate classrooms. So when I go to Miss Edwards' homeroom, she goes to Miss Geyser's room, Miss Geyser comes to mine, and we just rotate throughout the day. So for your child, if they're in my homeroom, everything happens in this room. In the afternoon, after we have our 3 classes, we do have additional tutoring and intervention time from 2:40 to 3:30, and that's when we're able to work on additional reading and math skills. And if your child gets pulled out for any reason to go to another teacher, it will happen during that time. And then at 3:30, we're all back in our homerooms. The teachers are back in their homeroom, and we start the dismissal process. A lot of these things were covered by Miss Crocky when she sent out her weekly newsletter. But again, I just wanted to go over them with you, and then also just let you know some additional things that go on from the classroom standpoint. So with arrival, the students may begin entering the building at 7:50. Fifth grade will come in door number 2. And if they eat breakfast at school, they will go directly to the cafeteria to get their breakfast, and then they bring it to the classroom. So they do not eat breakfast in the cafeteria. They bring it to the classroom with them. We have scheduled restroom breaks throughout the day just to make sure that there isn't any overcrowding in the hallways or at the restrooms. Also, with the water fountains are closed, but the refill stations are open. So it's very important that your child brings a refillable water bottle with them to school. Make sure it has a lid on it, and they will be able to fill it up throughout the day as they need to. Sanitizing, this is something else that the kids have done really well with. There are hand sanitizing stations throughout the building. We have hand sanitizer here in the classrooms. It's in the cafeteria. So the students need to be very mindful of keeping their hands clean and washing their hands thoroughly at the restroom, and use hand sanitizer as often as they can. But again, this is something that has gone really well. The kids have been very good about it. When we get to lunchtime, Teachers will walk the students to the cafeteria to pick up their lunch. And then there is a teacher's aide that is assigned to each class, and they will either stay with them in the cafeteria if it's that class's turn, or they take them back to the classroom to eat their lunch. Students are allowed to bring a lunch from home, but parents are not allowed to drop off lunch during the day. So it's very important that even if your child does normally um, bring their lunch, that there is money on their lunch account, just in case they do forget their lunch. However, right now, breakfast and lunch is free for every student. So if they do forget their lunch, you don't have to worry about them eating. Everyone will get a lunch. For specials, as I mentioned, the students stay in the classroom for specials unless it's their PE day. So after we make sure everyone has finished breakfast and we've gotten organized for the day and we've watched the news and all that kind of stuff, we have specials at 8:35 in the morning. So the teachers will come to the classroom for specials unless it's PE, then they will still go to the gym. For dismissal, I expect students to either read silently or work on homework or missing classwork during dismissal. This doesn't always happen, but as long as they are in their seat and whispering, I've been okay um, with the dismissal procedures. It's just very important with the way that we do dismissal now that everyone is paying attention for their bus number and their car rider number. So we actually play dismissal bingo that the kids have fun with, and it helps them pay attention. So it helps me too. But dismissal will start at 3:45. With the temperature checks, the students will have their temperature checked in the mornings before they're allowed in the building. If they're a bus rider, they get their temperature checked before they get on the bus. And then we also check their temperatures before lunch and then again at 3 p.m. Students are required to wear masks and shields at all times when social distancing cannot be achieved. They will take them off during lunch and, if instructed to do so during PE, only when socially distanced in the gym. We will wear them at recess. And again, this is something that the kids have done really well with. I was worried at the beginning that it was going to be very hard for them, it was going to be very uncomfortable for them. But honestly, they are doing so well. I've been so surprised and so pleased at how they have handled everything. Recess, again, we will wear our masks on the recess at recess. We used to have recess on the bus porch, but actually we are going out to the playground now. Classroom sanitation, we will clean the classroom as necessary throughout the day. Sanitizing the classroom will be done as soon as all students have gone home for the day. So throughout the day, anytime that we're going to be gone from the classroom for about at least 10 minutes, so a restroom break or going to lunch, something like that, we do spray down the desks and make sure that we're keeping everything as clean as we possibly can. A couple of important reminders that I just want to make sure I pointed out separately again. No visitors are allowed at this time. So, no dropping off lunch. We're not able to have birthday deliveries and things like that right now. Of course, if there's ever an emergency or something that is just of great importance, you can contact the office and they will give you further instructions from there. Students will enter the building without a parent in the mornings. But again, like I said, if there's ever an emergency or something of importance, just please contact the office. You need to contact the nurse immediately if there is medication that needs to be at school with your child. Again, masks or face shields must be worn at all times. And students will not be sharing supplies. So we'll talk about supplies here in just a minute. But again, everybody has their own desk that they do not share with any other students. So they have their own personal space. They need their own personal supplies. I've handed out a few things that I've had that, I've just told the kids to keep. I don't want it back, that kind of thing. But again, this is something else that has gone really well. So they're not allowed to share the supplies with each other. So there are no buckets of crayons, buckets of scissors, buckets of glue, all that kind of stuff that you would normally see in our classroom. Everybody is responsible for their own supplies. So here are a list of things that we are requiring. We tried to minimize it as much as possible, and it's pretty basic. So 5 composition notebooks or spiral notebooks that can be any color, 3 folders with brads and pockets that again can be any color, and then pencils, crayons, scissors, glue, some type of pencil bag or pencil box, gallon Ziploc bag, something that they can put their name on that they can keep everything organized. We are not in need of notebook paper or construction paper at this time. We have plenty. But anytime that you would like to send Kleenex or paper towels, Clorox wipes, hand sanitizer, anything like that, we are more than happy to take those things. The most important thing really to remember is we must have their reading and math workbooks with them. So they should have it at home. If they haven't been with us face to face so far, they need to bring those with them. So when we're here at school, we do not work on Teams or really anything online. We are back to normal as much as possible. And we do use the reading and math workbooks every single day. So here are just a few things about my classroom. I try to keep everything as structured but relaxed as I can. Um, we we don't sit in silence all day. You know, it's not that type of structured environment, but everybody knows that there are rules and expectations that they have to follow. So I know this school year will be like no other, and I want my students to enjoy the school day while also working hard and learning. I set high, realistic expectations from the beginning. Each student will be expected to give their 110% at all times. And I stress the word there because I work very hard on identifying each child as an individual student and what their strengths and weaknesses are. So I don't have the same expectations of every student when it comes to certain things. And I want your child to feel comfortable to make a mistake or to maybe do something a little more independently than they had in the past, because I want them to understand that it's okay for them to do their best, even if they don't feel like it might be as good as somebody else. So I try to really encourage everyone to always give me their 110% so we can see how they will grow as a student from the beginning of the year to the end. And again, this is me, my contact information with my email. My Google phone number is the 832 number that you're more than welcome to text throughout the day. The school number is there. And then also I've included a link to my Amazon wish list that I try to update throughout the year with things that we need. So anytime that you would like to purchase something from the wish list, it would be greatly appreciated. So again, I'm very excited to welcome some new students to our class, and I'm very excited that I'm getting to continue working with the students that we've had since September. And I know everything is going to continue to go very smoothly. So please let me know if you have any questions. I'll be more than happy to answer them to the best of my ability, or I will find the answer for you. But again, I hope this might have calmed any fears that you might have about your child going face to face. We are working really hard, and like I've said, everything has just gone surprisingly well. So I am excited to see everybody, and I encourage parent communication. So please reach out to me anytime that you have a question or need something. Thank you.